Alright, welcome back. Last time, we didn't do that much in particular. Mainly my focus was on raiding my neighbors in order to get more gold and monarch points. As well as power projection to help me out. Yeah. I've also begun setting up my capital to become a great city. So far, I've built a commune hall. Currently, I'm building a warehouse in order to further raise urban crafty, as well as trade power in, eventually, production power. I mean, sure, the province is already producing urban goods, but it's minimal compared to what it can produce with an actual building helping it out. When a Congolese king dies, his palaces, servants, and prime minister are killed and buried with him to be his advisors along the passage to the afterworld. If the king was buried without a respectable following, or with only a few, the spirits would ask, "What poor slave is this who is coming alone?" Upon discovering he was king, would visit every form of calamity upon the nation for allowing the ruler to leave them like an orphan. Ooh, that is a good heir. I wonder when he's going to die. Alright, let's end the alliance with Cuba. Because I need the diplomatic relations slot in order to appease the tribals with the tribal marriage. Besides, it gets me a concert, which is nice. Okay, I'm only at war with Ndongo and MEIOU. Well. Right. Alright, let's transfer MEIOU to Longo and annex them. There we go. Affiliate, more reps. As much money as I can grab from them, which is 60 ducats. There we go. Maxed out power projection. Excellent. And the tribal levies have returned. Right, regulated successions. I can now state this. That really won't change much of anything. Oh well, once my centralization gets higher, I'll start to get taxes from this province. Anyway. Extra diplo points. Not quite enough for attack, though. Anyway, regulated successions. The key to increasing power among the nobility was to ensure that their holdings remained in the hands of one individual as much as possible. To ensure this, succession laws were established. This was even more essential when it came to rulers, so treaties had to be signed to ensure that duchies and kingdoms would remain intact. This was seen in the Golden Bull of 1356, as well as other contemporary documents. Plus one state, I can now build irrigation canals, corporation guilds, and art corporations. Collaboration. Right. Songhai ideas. No, it's Kongo ideas. Anyway, collaboration. As we integrate locals into our bureaucratic system, our people will feel they have a larger stake in government, and be more accepting of government presence in their lives. Minus 10% state maintenance, minus 20% to construction time. Should make me a little bit more money. And be just a little bit easier to build up. Anyway, so one of the big things in M&T is the cultural system. Each cultural system has its own special benefits depending on what is called the familial system. For African countries, the familial system is, well, for sub-Saharan Africa, the familial system is a sub-Saharan African family. There's a very rich set of family types that are often predetermined by religions or cultural criteria. This idea is not really giving its modifiers, but your main cultures. Therefore, if you change your main culture, the familial system bonuses may change. Minus 15% aggressive expansion, plus 12.5% global manpower, minus 0.5% land attrition, minus 10% institution spread, minus 5 to max centralization. Whoops, I didn't pay attention. That doesn't really matter much. Adaptability. Bureaucracies must adapt to changing conditions and local variations. A less rigid system makes it much easier to integrate newly acquired lands. It's 10% admin efficiency, or expansion capacity, because the game names them both. There's the original name and one that M&T adds, but it's not everywhere. Anyway, Kongo ideas advance. The bonus idea, Sub-Saharan Africa, Jungle's Warrior. Minus 4% land attrition, minus 2% to movement speed. So attrition is less noticeable. Volley guns. Probably should also grab the idea then. Citizen service. Volley guns such as the Riboldequin, that's my best attempt, are first demonstrated on the battlefield. These large gunpowder weapons had multiple barrels that could be fired simultaneously, allowing the shot to spread out. This made them effective against enemy infantry, although the weight of the weapon and the time it took to reload made it of limited usefulness. Plus 0.2 to land morale, plus 0.05 infantry and cavalry fire. Right. Move. Okay. Citizen service. A good ruler knows that our citizens are not merely interchangeable cogs of production or warfare. By emphasizing the value of citizenship, it will become easier to convince people to swear oaths to our nation. Minus 10% core creation cost. Land of raffia. Raffia is a type of palm tree native to the tropical regions of Africa. Rope, baskets, and wine were all made of raffia materials, but the most important raffia product was cloth, which was a hugely important trade good in the region. Raffia fibers were used to create many different textile designs, which were then turned into hats, shoes, bags, and other forms of clothing for everyday life and important ceremonial costumes. Two particularly important clothing elements made from raffia were caps known as mupul and tunics called kinzembe, both of which were important symbolic elements of a chief's power and authority. The seven kingdoms of Kongo di Nyanza were said to be the most prolific area for raffia cloth production. It's 10% production efficiency, plus 0.1 yearly prestige. Let's build that workshop. It's going to take until November of 1386, but once it's done, and the province recalculates the economy, we'll end up getting quite a bit of wealth in that province. Ethics. Corruption rots the fiber and strength of our country. Training our bureaucrats in ethical behavior will slow the spread of such rot. That's 0.05 to yearly corruption. Nzimbu. Nzimbu refers to a type of shell that was the universal currency of both the Kingdom of Congo and much of Central Africa. Nzimbu shells were often fastened together on strings to create larger denominations of money. Even larger amounts were created by making money plots that would hold larger increments of Nzimbu. Nzimbu were most commonly sourced from the island of Luandu, an operation that was under a royal monopoly of the Kingdom of Congo. Trade efficiency plus 5%, national tax modifier plus 5%, income from vassals plus 10%. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why I'm actually rooting out corruption, the reason being is that currently the only source of corruption is actually my own rising centralization. Tribals do not produce corruption, unlike the other three estates of burghers, greater nobles, and lesser nobles. Of course, there's also the fact that tribals have awful economy. So it's really a balance that you have to deal with. Anyway, this reduced construction costs modifier is about to expire, and the only building I can afford is the temple, so might as well build it. It also raises urban gravity by 10%, so at least help me grow a little bit more, which will improve trade and production. Civil service. Establishing a formal civil service will ensure that we are able to quickly adapt to new advances in administration and governments, improving both our capacity to govern and our ability to negotiate with foreign powers. Minus 20% of envoy travel time, plus 2 states. Shield bearers. While the Congolese army largely consisted of archers, there was a smaller division of heavy infantry units who fought with both swords and utilized shields for defense. These shield bearers were elite forces, and they were considered nobles within Congolese society, and as many as 20,000 of them protected the Congolese capital from harm. The Portuguese, upon visiting the Kingdom of the Congo in the 16th century, referred to these shield bearers as Adargueiros. Infantry combat ability plus 5%, prestige for land battles plus 25%, plus 2% to discipline. Great. There goes the air. At least we've got another one. Not quite as good though. Warships! Next to Navy stuff. But most importantly, light ships. I can use those to actually get a huge increase in the amount of trade power. Since each ship raises it by trade power by 1.5, and I currently have 13.5 with a plus 1.7% to trade power. So grabbing one of these ends up increasing my trade power by over 10%. Definitely be enough to earn me more income. Definitely be worth the maintenance costs, but maybe not the production costs. Oh well. Let me build all 4. Let me fill up my naval cap with those. I'll get a trade fleet going. That will get me 6 more trade power, without considering all the other things. Anyway, integration. It is wiser to embrace many cultures, allowing the most talented of our subjects to serve the state regardless of their cultural origin. This one max promote culture. Lukeni Lua Nimi. Lukeni Lua Nimi, also known as Nimi Lukeni, was the founder of the Kingdom of Congo. In the late 14th century, Lukeni Lua Nimi conquered the Kingdom of Remi and built the capital city of Mbanza, Kongo, atop a hill in the conquered territory. Many Congolese kings trace their ancestry to Lukenia Loanimi. Because of this, the royal house of Kongo was known as the Kilukeni, until the house of Kwilu took over in 1567. Furthermore, thanks to Lukeni Loanimi, Mbanza, Kongo would grow to become a huge city, rivaling even some European cities in size. Nah, the capital's here right now, so I'm focusing there. Anyway, so, in a defensive war, I ended up conquering Tio and handing it over to Luango. So now I actually have enough dev to accept Congo culture. Since everyone here starts with, well, Congolese as a primary culture, except for Yaka. I don't even know why. Oh, and Congo di Alianza. They, on the other hand, are also Yaka culture. Yeah, I don't know why. So, I've been working on building up my capital. Now I've got a workshop and a temple, and the warehouse finished building. I also got the half of my fleet done. It's currently just going to be a merchant fleet because of the fact that A, I don't really need a combat fleet. B, I don't need transports. C, extra trade income. D, this is the closest thing I have to a warship anyway. Yeah. 2 more ships are coming. And once they're done, they're gonna earn me some money. Extra cash. But yeah. I've also been barreling my way down bureaucracy ideas and am actually almost done. I just need a couple months. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going slowly, but surely. I just need to wait for legalism to, at some point, eventually spread. I mean, Western Africa has some of it, as well as Eastern Africa. Hopefully, they can eventually will get to the point where it will spread to me, hopefully sooner rather than later. Because the 50% tech penalty is awful. I'm certainly never going to see meritocracy. Banking is going to take quite a while to reach down here, along with all the other institutions. Oh wow. There really isn't much I can do about it. Anyway. I'll see you again next time. Until then.